Wholesaling is changing a lot. And you know what? A lot of people, they don't even see it yet. But if you're actually paying attention, you already know. The deals are getting tougher. Buyers aren't paying what they used to. And the way wholesaling worked a few years ago, it's basically not going to cut it in 2025. Look, I'm not here to be dramatic, but I will tell you that if you keep wholesaling the same way, you're going to struggle. So let's talk about what's really going on in today's market and what you need to do right now if you want to stay ahead. So for example, a couple years ago, wholesaling was pretty much easy. You lock up a deal, you send it to a buyer, boom, it was sold, escrows in, 10, 15K, maybe $20,000 on the assignment fee. But now the sad truth is that cash buyers are lowballing like crazy. It's ridiculous, right? And the sellers are actually getting smarter by the day. And if you've been paying attention, states are starting to crack down on wholesaling. They're making it harder to do assignments. They're adding more regulations and making it way easier to sellers just pretty much skip wholesaling completely. The problem here is that most wholesalers, they really just adapt. They'll keep grinding, sending out deals, keep getting squeezed. Day by day, the profits are getting smaller. And by the time they realize what's actually happening, it'll be too late. But the ones who figure out now, they're the ones who will keep making money. So if you ask me, what's the move? It's simple. Stop relying on cash buyers. Start selling at full market value. That's why the top guys aren't just wholesaling anymore. They're running the game with Novation deals. Instead of flipping to an investor, they're actually structuring their deals so they sell for full price to a regular home buyer. Here's what the crazy part is, right? They're doing nothing to the property without touching the property. So basically no reservations, no loans, just pretty much a smarter way to move the deal. Once you start doing this, wholesaling will never look the same to you again, pretty much, because a lot of people have been asking me, how do you actually start doing deals, right? And I always tell them, look, first you need the right paperwork. If you're using a regular wholesale contract, that's pretty much your first problem. You got to have a novation agreement in place, the kind that lets you lock up a deal and sell it at full price without actually buying the property yourself. Secondly, not every deal is pretty much going to work for a novation. Right? That's where most wholesalers mess up. Listen to me carefully, right? Because they try to slap this thing on every single deal and then wonder why it's not working. Some properties make sense for this, right? And some don't. So you got to basically know the difference, which property works and which one doesn't. And last but not least, you need the right process for this. If you're just figuring it out deal by deal, you're going to waste a lot of time and money on the table. Trust me, I've been through it. I know exactly what's going on. The guys making the big checks, they got it dialed in. They know exactly which deals to go after, how to structure them, and how to keep getting paid over and over again. That's why they're stacking real profits. In the meantime, wholesalers are still out here grinding for pocket change, right? It's ridiculous. Look, here's the reality. Wholesaling isn't dead, but the way people are doing it, that's on the way out. And if you don't start making a shift now, you're gonna feel it in 2025. You can keep wholesaling the old way, or you keep taking tiny spreads while your buyers make more profit than you. Or you can keep taking tiny spreads while your buyers actually make more than you. Or you can start playing the real game and put yourself in a position to actually win. The choice is yours.